Carolina Panthers. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They'll come out throwing here on first down. That's into the hands of his tight end, Will Dissly. Now this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. Charles, Thursday night game, I think a lot of teams probably say shrink the playbook somewhat. Is that correct?
I think you're right about that because you just don't have the amount of time that you have in a normal week to put in a full playbook. So as you said, you shrink the playbook. Pick out the plays that work best for you. You know what else you're looking for?
What's that?
Who are the freshest guys coming off of the last game to play on a Thursday night? Guys have a little extra pep in their step. You go to them early and often.
Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. The Panthers at 6-3 on the year. And they come in playing pretty well, 6-3 in their last 9.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. He'll look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Well, this defense for the Bucs, they were fantastic a week ago in that win over Houston.
And no matter what's done throughout a ball game, it always comes back to blocking and tackling. That's the essence of football. But I think it's hard for people to understand just how difficult it is to tackle, especially open field. Very few missed tackles on tape that I saw last game. This team does a nice job of getting their opponents on the ground.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be third down.
And this is why aggressive defense coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
Okay, break. Cup 19. 79 Broncos.
On third and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up fourth.
It always helps for a visiting team to come in and set the tone on defense. In fact, when we talked with them prior to the game, they said they wanted this home crowd to feel like they had to hide their valuables when they were in town.
Well, the home crowd quiet now early. See if their offense can take over and get some points on the board. 37 yards on the punt with no return. And the Bucs are going to take over 1st and 10 deep in their own territory.
Ready. 19 tight. 19 tight. Smash. 18 rattle. 70. Go street. Seven Pirates.
They go play action here on first down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Panthers are going to take possession of the football. And when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
That's complete to Dissly, the tight end. And he'll go out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down.
Ready.
Shotgun snap and then the give to Sanders. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Ready.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter.
Come on,
14-yard line, 2nd and 11. Back to throw here. And on the catch right side, this is Sanders. Touchdown, Panthers. Miles Sanders, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and it's now a 7-0 game. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
In on the tackle there, Brandon Smith. These 2 teams, they met in Tampa earlier in the year with the Bucs prevailing in that one. So a win here in Charlotte would give them the season sweep.
Check contact. Check contact.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but the defense was ready.
They did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. And a quick throw here. That's complete. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Trap 60. Trap 60. Go on track.
On play action, they'll throw. He rifles one that's intercepted.
They're certainly not giving much up to their defense, are they? Because for the 2nd time now, that D has had to run back out on the field early after an interception. And remember, on the last drive, the opposing side took it in for 6 after that interception.
18, pioneer.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. He's got the connection to Moore. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did.
Let's go now.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. They'll drop to throw. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
It's a second down run with Sanders. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down.
That second down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable third down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
70 Ranger, 70 Ranger.
They'll look to throw. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And the Panthers are going to have first and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And in a lot of ways, that catch is expected. Red zone presence. And that one was realized there. You've got to find your tight end in that situation.
They'll run with Sanders. And he gets halfway there from the 4 to the 2 on a gain of 2.
You get down near the goal line, you need to start enlisting the help of all 11 guys on the defense. And that's a nice job there by the cornerback, squaring his shoulders and coming in to make the tackle.
Once again with Sanders. And he is going to wind up losing yardage here, as that will take us to the end of the first quarter play. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside. This Tampa Bay defense, they held strong on the first 2 plays. Now 3rd and goal.
Buffalo 18. Dixie Maverick. Dixie Maverick.
Now back to throw. Touchdown! Keenan Allen with career touchdown number 94. He ties both Jerome Bettis and Priest Holmes on the all-time list. And the Panthers have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Gonzalez good on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're riding a 2-game winning streak into this Thursday nighter. How easy is it when you're on a roll to stay on a roll given the quick turnaround?
Well, you would think it'd be pretty easy because everyone's locked in practice and meetings because everyone feels good about themselves. And for coaches, this is where they have to tell themselves, don't add too much. Don't worry about game plans as much as players. So look at your play sheet and think, give it to the guys who play best, and don't worry about the rest of it.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got him in. That's right. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards.
When you struggle on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Quickly completed to the right flat. And he'll be out of bounds after getting this one across the 40. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
And on an RPO, everything happens so fast. And as a defender, you can't get stuck trying to figure out what's going on. That time he had it figured out in a flash, and he was able to make a beeline to the receiver and make the play.
Hawk 70, Hawk 70.
Here's a 2nd and 7. And Nelson's got it here right side. 2 yards on the pickup there. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
I wouldn't be surprised to see the next step in utilizing this position. It's actually utilize more of a scat back in this spot. Because we saw the catch there, right? He made it. There's a bigger, stronger guy, maybe not quite as elusive as maybe someone else you would put there.
Yeah, didn't get the big yardage there you might out of a smaller back. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he is going to have a Bucs 1st down. They needed 5 there on 3rd down. He winds up getting 7.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these situations. 1st down.
And they build that trust, and that's why they're able to find him in this type of a situation.
Go, Reed, go!
Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
On the jump!
They're going to look to throw. He's going to float this one deep right side. Got a man, it's caught at the 6-yard line. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 44 yards.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit. And that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Chandler will score. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 down, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
No problem there on the extra point. And that'll make our score 14-7. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. As mentioned, this one of the hottest teams in the NFL, riding that winning streak into this one, but now playing here on Thursday night. Do you think that this helps or hurts their momentum?
Well, ordinarily, I'd say it hurts the momentum because now you get that short week. But when a team's playing as well as they are, It actually allows them to down focus and only worry about themselves and less about their opponent. So when you're playing well, you just worry about the things you're doing well and let the opponent deal with that.
Let's go now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
60 Bison, 60 Bison. 60 Bobcat, 60 Bobcat.
They'll set up a throw. It's caught by Sanders. Oh, what a juke into space. And the tackle going to be made at the 38. Just a terrific run there, Charles, from a running back who is so compact and powerful, and that strength was on display there.
And as a former defender, I can tell you with certainty, those are the ones that have you losing sleep at night. I would not like to be in that film room on Tuesday going over that one. Just a pretty poor effort defensively, and it leads to a big play.
He's able to force his way through one man, but he can muster only about a yard on the play. 2nd down.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And this play will be blown up. He'll lose yardage back at the 38. The Bucs with an extra defender now in the secondary here on 3rd down. They'll look to throw here. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Loss of 10 as multiple defenders get to him.
Now that was a passer's nightmare. The front door totally shut down by the defense, so he kept going backwards, hoping to find another avenue of escape. It didn't exist.
And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And he'll be just shy of the 20 at the 19 as he goes out of bounds. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game.
He's got a man complete. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. 73 yards. A chance now to get even before the break as they come up 1st and goal.
Hey, check that. Street.
Now a handoff to Chandler. And they'll get this from the 8 to the 5. Pickup of 3. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 26 seconds to go until halftime. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Back to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a 31-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
They'll throw now on the final play. He's got a man, complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. So we've reached halftime here in a 4-point game. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. So a 4-point game here as we get set to resume action in this third quarter of play. Take it in at the 3. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure he secures the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. He's going to air one out. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 64 yards.
And the Buccaneers come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now 17-14. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
Johnson won't return this, and the football will come out to the 25.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead is already changed.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Tiger.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
He's got Otten.
And he is out of bounds inside the 30. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that'll bring up a second down in just a couple. And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
Get it? Cut my team!
Here's Chandler on second down.
And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2, 3rd and 1.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete.
And based on the play we just saw there, he might not be the guy you want to challenge in coverage on these all-important snaps. He certainly looks dialed in right now.
Ready? Head the street! Head the street! Cowboy 80!
He'll look to throw. To the sideline, and oh, that's well done. Able to drag the feet. He's going to have the first down. It'll be a pickup of 4, and the Buccaneers are going to have a first down.
Now Chandler.
And able to work his way down to the 16. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Second and 3. And they're going to lose some on this play. Being knocked back to the 18. Play number 7 now coming up on the drive. 3rd and 5. Looking to throw.
And he's going to be intercepted for the 3rd time thus far. Picked off by Cameron Curl. And the Panthers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. The one side gets an interception, but their defense comes on the field and picks them right back up by getting a pick of their own.
And I think you saw the same thing that I did, Brandon. As he ran off the field after making that play, we saw his quarterback seek him out and offer a personal thank you to bail him out a little bit as the offense takes the field again.
And a really good show of force there as he gets through for 4 tough yards. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Another run here with Sanders. And he'll get to the 29-yard line, brought down there.
48 yards rushing for him now on what was his 10th carry of the ball game.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that 2nd down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that plan any down.
79 Broncos!
They'll look to throw here on 1st down. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. They don't get the hook up there, but you really have to marvel at how precise he's been throwing the football these last couple weeks.
Oh, that's the perfect word for it, precise, because if you're at 70% or better 2 weeks in a row, you have a job as long as you want one in this league, won't you? I mean, let's face it, it's not just West Coast offense either. He's putting the ball downfield as well.
And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Yeah, that one was covered pretty well because they were trying to leak the tight end out into the flat. I think they were hoping he could catch and turn upfield and pick up the first down.
And the box with an extra defender in the secondary now on 3rd down.
18 rattle. Hurt. Right there, hurt. Corey, 70.
He'll look to throw.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down.
Here's the Panthers punter now as he's on here to punt it away. Taken from just outside the 30. And now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. That punt returned 69 yards. And the Buccaneers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
When you've got a guy that fast back there to receive punts, that's a nightmare for the guy game planning, the special teams coach. It's also a nightmare for the punter. Sometimes they get so nervous that they mishit the ball and kick it right to him.
Extra point right down the middle. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. The defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make it. And he fires one that's intercepted. And it's a pick six. He brings it back to the house for a Buccaneer TD. Well, Charles, just some visibly frustrated players and coaches on that sideline right now because those halftime adjustments didn't work. The turnover problems continuing here in the second half, and the defense now sitting pretty comfortably as a result of that pick six.
Hey, that's a great observation too, Brandon, because they did make adjustments at halftime. But how about this other group staying a step ahead despite whatever happened in that other locker room? No surprise they're leading, and it's appropriate that those defenders got to add to the lead directly.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this.
And for a third time tonight, he's intercepted. Carlton Davis picks it. And the Bucs will take over here just shy of the 30. The Panthers are going to take another timeout. And that's going to leave them with just one timeout remaining still in the third quarter. We'll see if that comes back to haunt them. We'll be back.
Come on, come on.
And they'll bring the big tight end across the formation left. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Big Lion. Ready.
2nd and 9 now. Looking left sideline, it's complete. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain. The slot man in motion right. And the slot man goes in motion left. Here's Chandler. To the 36-yard line. Stop there. And third quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving and keep grinding the clock.
Now a second down throw for the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on third down. He'll drop to throw. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Taron Johnson able to pick it. And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores. But, yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And, look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. It'll be Sanders to begin the drive. And he'll scratch out a yard up to the 30, and that's all.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
That throw into the arms of Allen. They'll wind up getting just a yard. 3rd and 7 now.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. They'll set up to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Sanders. And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Locked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a 4th down?
1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Let's go now. Lightning, 18. 18, Pioneer. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Buffalo, 18.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by DJ Reed. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm. I don't think any of us were surprised that they decided to start this drive on the ground after the last 2 drives ended in interceptions.
Unfortunately, though, not a lot going on that first play.
Yeah, I think the anticipation was felt also by the defense.
They run it with Chandler. That 2nd down play nets a -4. This offense has had a lot to like in this game. I don't know that last play, though, is going to make the highlight reel.
It's not going to make the highlight reel, but it will be the focus of the film session that the team has to sit through. I've sat through those before. Never any fun. You're always excited about your good plays, and they actually fast forward through those. All right, that was good. All right, great. They get to the bad ones and really illuminate them. Not cool.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
And his kick is indeed good, and that will extend their lead even further. Well, ultimately, not really sure that they're going to need those 3 points, but they'll take the 3, and they pad that lead.
Yeah, this one's already wrapped up, but you and I both know if you're an offensive coordinator, you never let up on the gas unless the head coach tells you to do so. And maybe you've actually clicked him off in your headset so you can keep calling plays and trying to add to this lead.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their 4-game win streak very much in jeopardy as they go to work here late with a 1st and 10. And now here is another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it. And the Bucs are going to take possession of the football. I think you and I were a little surprised back earlier in the game when he threw his 2nd interception. I mean, who would have thought a quarterback of his caliber picked now 5 times?
It's beyond stunning to me because we're used to that with maybe a quarterback with less experience or less talent. But a quarterback of his caliber, I can't believe what we've just seen.
Absolutely. If you would have told me this coming into the ball game, I would have said never, not in a million years. But here we go. Buying time to his left. He finds his man complete. It's Chandler. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
Here's 2nd and 8. And he will find his man on the outside. Back to throw here.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
2nd and goal, and they will try again from the 2-yard line.
Go check. Go check. Panther 11. Panther 11. Mustang 19.
Again, he'll drop to throw. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. A 2-yard touchdown grab.
And the Bucs add on to their 4th quarter lead, and they are on their way to improving to 8-2. So still throwing here in the 4th quarter with a pretty sizable lead, and now that lead even more sizable. And if nothing else here, CD, a chance to pile on some stats before this one wraps up, and he did just that.
Brandon, convention tells us it's time for them to get off the gas a little bit, right? But you and I both know the receivers don't want them to because, as you noted, this is their chance to pile on the stats. If they got their way, they try to get every single spot in the depth chart points before this game is over.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
And that will be incomplete.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
And he's brought down. Can't do anything with the football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs. And the Panthers turned away on 4th down. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. This will be caught just inside the 10.
Yeah, he'll work free from one tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down.
Brings up second and 5 at the 9-yard line.
Off the option, that's complete. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. A great play there. His second touchdown of the game, his third on the year.
And the Bucs are closing in on a third straight win as they widen the gap further here in the fourth quarter.
The extra point up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
This taken in at the goal line. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go.
Charles, we know that this offense is aggressive. We saw that last drive. They went for it on fourth down.
And my goodness, another interception. Eddie Jackson picks it.
And the Buccaneers are going to have the short field here as they'll take over right at the 50.
Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great effort there. 50 yards.
And the Bucs continue to pour it on here in the fourth.
Now the try here for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Ooh, a little cruel here. They're going to go for the onside kick up big. Oh, I think the Bucs got it, and they did. Tampa Bay football. Well, there you go. Just your everyday leading big, and you onside kick it with a lead. They got it. I mean, it worked, but interesting call.
I think because they have such a margin, they feel a little bit bolder about what they're doing. And it's not only just to try and increase their lead, but that's their way of saying we're in full control of this game, and we can kind of do what we want.
Now a play fake here on 1st down.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete.
Partner, in the sportsmanship handbook, there's something to be said for calling the dogs off in a blowout. But these defenders, they also know this is the NFL, and it's their job to stop them, whether they're in the game or they're down by a handful of touchdowns.
18 runners.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. He's going to float this one deep right side. And now here is another interception.
Kyle Hamilton picks it. And the Panthers will take over here just shy of the 30. Boy, they get him yet again, Charles. 5 interceptions in this game. You rarely see this, maybe a couple of times in a season, but this defense, they've been fantastic.
It's certainly an example of watching a defense that is in the zone, right? We use that term so often.
He's got him in, complete. And somewhat of a measure of revenge as he's in for the touchdown, but they still trail big time.
He'll take it, but he won't be able to smile about it. But this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Well, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. And this is caught, so they do get the 2. Still a very large deficit, but maybe something to feel a little better about. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on him. Are you going to put a smaller corner on him? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're throwing the football.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
This has really just been a lopsided affair. What a performance they put on, and now they get the football back here with a big lead in the fourth quarter. You know, in the past, we might be discussing dinner plans, talking about steak and sushi, whatever the case is, CD. This ball game is pretty much run on the books.
Yeah, we really could have started bringing up dinner a long time ago if we wanted to, partner. And I think a few of the guys out in the field already making plans for the evening. Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Second and 11. And my goodness, another interception. Jeremy Chinn picks it off. Keep in mind, he had the 3-interception game last week, so we requested to talk with him this week. He was all smiles. He's still all smile.
Yeah, we didn't jinx him at all, did we? No. Because ordinarily that happens. Things fall off, but not in this case. I think a lot of it goes back to his technique. His ability to see the quarterback throw the ball while understanding where the receiver is running his route allows him to make a lot of plays on the football, and he's taking it away at a really high rate.
8 yards to go on second down.
Trap 50, trap 50.
On play action, they'll throw. And now here's another interception.
Picked off by J.C. Horn. Well, they've got the huge lead now. They have another interception on the defensive side. Seems like everything they touch in this one, Charles, turns to gold.
And they have to be awfully happy right there to get what appears to be one more for the road. It helps seal away one of their best efforts of the season.
Here we go.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. Pressure comes in. He's brought down. It's a Panther sack. Brian Burns in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
18, tight end. Check match, check match.
They'll set up a throw. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
But not much defensive resistance on that drive. And really, Charles, the way this offense has been humming, they haven't faced much defensive resistance the entire game.
Yeah, I think it's safe to say that one team, their defense did not wake up and make it to the stadium for this one. There may be some major changes on that side of the ball when we see them the next time out.
And it looks like the Panthers' hands team does its job. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
going for it all. And this is caught. Well, they get one back. Picking up the late touchdown here, but still down big.
Yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT as they make the score just a slight bit more respectable here in the final quarter of play. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
They're looking at a third straight win here if they can hold on.
Go street. 60 Maverick. 60 Maverick. On the ball.
They'll come out throwing here on first down.
And boy, another ill-advised throw there as that will wind up incomplete. Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points, but they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Mustang 19. Dragon 60.
He'll try again with the arm here on second down. He's going to take another shot here. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
But their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Well, they're up comfortably here, Charles, but that lead certainly not dissuading them from pressing the envelope late. I mean, if anything, with these passes, it's like they're getting more aggressive to try to drive the ball downfield.
And that will certainly lend itself to some post-game questions for that coach, and maybe you and I should attend that press conference and see what he has to say because someone's going to ask him why he continued to push it. My guess, he didn't like how some of the snaps were run earlier, and he wanted to use that as a chance to clean things up. But he certainly will have some explaining to do.
A gain of 30. And the Buccaneer first down.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. He's got his man on the crossing route. Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. They get the guard out of Georgia Tech, Shaq Mason. So following the hold, they're in a bit of a hole here with a 1st and 20. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. Back to throw again. He's going to look deep down the field. And my goodness, another interception. Teron Johnson able to pick it. And the Panthers are going to take possession here at their own 33. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really big...
And now here's another interception. And the Bucs come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. Partner under the lights in primetime